This is my lessons learned video for Q2 of 2026. Everything that I did wrong, everything that I did right that I can think of off of Q1 or Q2 of 2026. The started out with let's start trying to be a assistant project manager. And so I studied for 6 weeks for the CAPM exam, got up 4 a.m. a lot of the times and just watched these videos, focus, took these quizzes. Turns out, yeah, I got past it with the best grade possible, but it's not helping me get a job. So it's looking more and more like credentials are nice, is okay, but mainly it's about who you know. There were a couple of people, oops, let me turn that off. There were a couple of people at work who didn't even get an associate's degree or a bachelor's, college dropouts that without a bachelor's. And I have half a master's is what I like to say, and a 4.0, and they're the ones getting promoted over me. So it's more about, do they like you? Do they see potential in you? It's not about how good you are at the job. Somewhat, you need to have decent skill at the job. It's more about, do they like you? That's more important. I'd say give it 50% is if they like you, maybe 60 or 70% do they like you. 20% is actual skill at the job, 30%. So rough ballpark in that. So you need, it's a part, you need to know the thing, but you also need to, they need to just like you. So I did 18 job applications, got rejected to all of them. Job market's done. It's not, or it's the worst job market apparently since either the subprime mortgage crash 2008 or the dot-com bubble. Right now, it's the worst job market since those two. I forget if somebody could put in the comments what it was actually, if you compare right now, which is July 1st, the exact midpoint of 2026 versus 2008 versus the dot-com bubble, to see which one actually was worse of a job market. And I'm trying to find a job. Luckily, I didn't lose it, so I'm happy there. But everybody's hating their jobs right now. It's not looking great. Nobody's hiring. And people are kind of, I would want to leave my job if I could, but nobody's hiring. And I never quit my job without another job lined up, unless you have some type of safety net that you can keep your expenses low. So that's a whole different video. Look at financial experts for that. The other thing is I do 12-week years. The book, 12-week year. I like the cover here. It's just a jacket, but I have also here. So I do 12 weeks years. This is why I'm doing it. Q2 is basically their quarters. And when I plan it out, you plan it out week by week. The biggest takeaway from that is the last 2 quarters, Q1, Q2, my month 3 of each quarter. So that was March and June. Just, I feel like a complete wash. It was a lot of, is this working? John Travolta, what's happening? So it started to feel a little burnout, some fatigue of just going at it for Q3. Trying to figure out how to deal with that, knowing that the third month, which is going to be September. How am I gonna deal with September this year and then December potentially? Because December you got all the Christmas or the holiday stuff, whatever holiday you celebrate. September is the back to school for most people. So or not most people, the people that go to school. So that's easy for those people that go to school if you're one of those. If you are in working age or retirement age and you're trying to do 12-week year, if you're retired, I don't think you really care about 12-week year. Just do what you want every so often. Keep it light as easy as possible. Probably is don't do too much. If you're trying to do too much, you tend to burn out. But yeah, if you got any tips on how to deal with the third month of the quarter, or maybe even just do month by month instead of 3 months, we'll see, as another one. But my last thing that I've noticed that gave me the most energy, it's not working out and eating right, which you should be doing. Figure out a workout routine that you like, figure out the healthy foods that you like, all that jazz. Plenty of people that are good at that. I use MyFitnessPal, do that. And This Messy Happy is the YouTube channel I use for running my workout plans. But one thing I'm going to show you, I'm going to use my phone to take you what I did to at least help. I learned the biggest thing that gave me most energy was visualization. So kind of taking the time to just sit there with no stimuli, no book, no TV, no phone, sit there and actually think about what you want to do with your life. Just kind of I like to put a timer of 10 minutes or 15 minutes and just sit there. Be like, all right, what is it I want to do? Maybe even an hour of nothingness. Just do nothing. Do nothing. It's gonna be tempting. You're like, oh gosh, I want to put on YouTube. I want to scroll social media. Don't. Put the phone away and just think about what you actually want to do. And then start writing it down. Take the time. What is it that actually excites you internally? Don't ask AI. Don't try to watch motivational videos. What excites you internally, yourself, without any prompt kind of thing? So one thing, I want to get away from my desk, and I also have only an on-desk mic, so I'm going to scream as much as I can. And here's my setup. We go right here to my fridge. So on the fridge, I have my calendar that I just made a few days ago and my running schedule. So this visualization helps there. And then there's also my workout schedule for the marathon training. So being able to see what dates excite me. So different movies that come out, different birthdays. I don't have a vacation planned just yet, but on upcoming ones, I put my vacation on there, and any holidays. So anything that excites you, just put it on there. That's a date to look forward to. So things to look forward to, visualizing, was it Christopher Nolan's Odyssey I have on there when that date comes out? Like that seems like a decently good movie. Oppenheimer did pretty well. So visualize it and then write down things that actually excite you without any prompts. So what is it inside that excites you? Write those things down and go for it. Don't overthink it. And say, hey, this is the thing I kind of want to do, and go do it. And 'tis life. So there you go. That's my lessons learned for Q3 or Q2 of 2026. Q3, I'm going to be the main things, putting out the fine details, and I'll have that for next week, what my Q3 is going to be. I'm going to be losing weight, working out, reading a book, just following football sports, is trying to find a football community. And then the main thing I have to push through is job search. So that's my main thing, but I have my other things that I know I can control, which is finding a football community, working out, reading a book. It's my book for the quarter, or we use on it, Habits of Highly Effective People. It's a big one. It's a thick one. And yeah, just do that. Getting those, I'll have the details out for next week and how I plan that out to make sure that I'm actually getting it done. It's a lot of visualizing it, pacing, slow productivity calendar report. So cool. Thanks. See you next week. And leave a comment for any of your advice that would help.